Loves, I hope all is well. I'm going to be talking about the Venus retrograde, which starts today, March the 1st. So we're in a big energetic upheaval, I guess you would say. So we have Venus retrograde that begins today. We're also in the shadow period and have been in the shadow period of the spring equinox, eclipse season. We're also starting the shadow period now of Mercury retrograde, and there's just a lot happening energetically, the Schumann resonance, everything. It's wonderful energy because it's helping us to purge and release, but it's also about understanding that this energy, especially with February, March, was very much relationship based. So things that didn't and don't have a strong and healthy foundation will be shaken, and we'll be asked to reevaluate, we'll be asked to restructure and all this kind of thing, or we'll be asked to move forward and let go. So, and it's not just about romantic relationships, it's about relationships in every aspect of our life, our friends, our family, our work relationships, our relationship with money, our relationships with ourselves, all of these kinds of things. And Venus retrogrades every 18 months. So how we are dealing with this retrograde for the next 40 days is setting the scale for the next 18 months when it comes to your Venus placement in your birth chart. So this retrograde is based in reflection and love and beauty and finances as well. Venus is in relation to finances, but it's asking us to really reassess our relationship with self, number one, because how we have a relationship with ourselves is how we allow ourselves to have relationships with others. So think about it in a sense of how I love me is how I will love you, because the only form of love I know is how I love myself. And this is why we, talk about relationships, and in a sense of when people don't love you the way that you feel you deserve to be loved, or just don't have the capacity to love you unconditionally in, a healed and high frequency way, that's coming from us because we're magnetic. So our unhealed, wounds, whether it's our shadow, inner child, or ego, will mirror somebody else's unhealed inner wounds in the same fashion. So any unhealthy relationship, and I'm not talking about abusive relationships because those are never tolerated, but any unhealthy relationship where there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of arguments, there's a lot of or lack of support, and you don't bring the best out in each other, or you can't communicate authentically and honestly, or you're walking on eggshells or anything like that, those are the relationships that either need restructuring or need to be, stepped away from. So when we choose to step away from a relationship, whether it's friendships, or romance, whatever, it has to come through self-love and not judgment or animosity or hostile energy. It has to come from you saying, I love myself more than my attachment to A, B, and C, or I've outgrown this, I don't feel aligned with this anymore. And like those kinds of aspects, rather than any kind of hostility or, screw this, I'm out of here kind of feeling. Because this retrograde is a lot about unfinished karma. So even aspects of, past energies coming forward, past friends, past romantic relationships, it's in order to ask yourself why. How do I feel about this? So say an ex reaches out to you, and how do you feel about that? How do you feel towards that person? How do you feel about that relationship? Like, are you fully healed from it? Are you allowing yourself to be who you are right now and seeing this from who you are right now? Or is it kind of pulling you back? Like, you know what I mean? So it's really important to take time to understand yourself and look deeper within yourself, because we are being asked to reflect on those aspects of ourselves that we weren't in alignment, or we tolerated behaviors that, should not have been tolerated, those kinds of things. Where are you right now according to your healing journey when it comes to love, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your personal values and everything like that? Because we are shifting and changing every single day, especially right now. Things are, crazy with the Schumann resonance and whatnot. So ask yourself, where am I energetically in accordance to relationships? How is your relationship with yourself? Do you say you love yourself? Do you truly love yourself? Because when we truly and authentically love ourselves unconditionally, we understand our worth, and there's no hierarchy, there's no, nobody's better than anybody else or anything like that. It's just a sense of, I know that I deserve authentic love. I deserve peace in my life. I like all of these kinds of things, because relationships are meant to be easy. They really are. They're not meant to be a struggle. They're meant to be easy and harmonious and peaceful, and bring out the peace in you and not bring out the war in you, and fuel that authenticity and fuel that joy and that abundance within you, rather than adding fuel to the fire and being at war with yourself or with others. Because when you find peace within yourself and allow yourself to love yourself authentically, you allow others to do the same. So remember, it's a lot about how I love me is how I love you. So show up for yourself and be transparent, be authentic, and allow this energy to really guide you as to what is for you and what is not for you. Because with everything going on, this is going to encourage us to heal deep, like the fragmented parts of deep wounds that may be unhealed, or allowing ourselves to shift into this place of unconditional self-love, where you can lovingly release things that are not in alignment with you any longer. And again, it's not coming from anger, it's not coming from animosity or anything like that. It's coming from that healed place within you that you've been working so hard on these last few years. And also with this retrograde, Venus only retrogrades every 18 months. So how you deal with the next month and a half, basically next 6 weeks, is kind of setting the stage for the upcoming 18 months. So you need to ask yourself those challenging questions. What have I outgrown? What relationships are healthy and aligned? Which ones are not? And do that reassessment of your self-worth, and what do you truly desire? What you desired last year is not what you desired now, because you are a completely different person now. So we're being asked to come from who we are right now and reassess, where are we when it comes to love, and where are we when it comes to relationships, our relationship with finances, our relationships with each other, our relationships with ourselves, our relationships with what we think of as beautiful, and giving yourself permission to be authentic, giving yourself permission to, don't eat that. Sorry, my bunny. Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you showing up for yourself? Where are you not showing up for yourself? Where are you tolerating less than? Where are you out of alignment, in your life when it comes to relationships with the outside world? And where do you need to reassess? Where do you need to make some adjustments? And allowing unstable foundations to be dismantled, because this energy will force our hand. So whatever doesn't have a strong foundation will be dismantled to either rebuild in a healthy fashion, or to be cleared away in order to allow healthier connections and healthier energies coming forward. So this is a very big energy about yourself, where are you showing up for yourself? How are you allowing yourself to be present and to love your life and to love what you do and to love who you are and all those kinds of things. And also the avoidance of starting new relationships, or making any drastic financial decisions right now. Also, they're not romanticizing your past, relationships or your past experiences, and trying to reconnect, I guess you would say. It's more of, so say an old friend or you had a falling out with or whatever, or an ex or something reaches out to you, ask yourself why. How do I feel about this? And what is there more for me to learn for myself? Am I fully healed from this? How do I feel about this? How do I clear the rest of this? Or, okay, it's cleared because I feel at ease with this, or I feel neutral about this. There's no animosity, or there's no heartache. There's just a neutral zone, so to speak. So you feel very healthily detached. So work with this energy and allow yourself to build a healthy relationship with yourself, so that you are allowing all the abundance to roll in.